This is episode 6, and everything that we're talking about today is a little bit different. It's going to be on conditioning. Believe it or not, this is like take number 7 or 8. I keep screwing something up. I keep forgetting something and keep going out of order. So if I'm a little bit jumbled, just bear with me, okay? The main thing is the information that I'm giving you right now. So what are we talking about? We're talking about basically conditioning what? The hand. Okay, what's the big deal? Why do we have to condition the hand? First of all, let's talk about that. You may learn the motions. You may learn the motions for the punch. You may learn the motions for the palm. You may learn the motions for finger strikes and so forth. But you actually have to condition the hand. So even though you know the motion, it can actually deliver it. In other words, a lot of times you hear people say, well, I've been training for a long time, but I got into a fight, next thing I know I punched somebody, and the point is I still broke my hand. Well, guess what? You still have to condition the hand to be able to deliver the power, and also be able to take that kind of hit and deliver the impact of the punch. So let's talk about that. We have the punch, a palm, and the finger. And the main emphasis really is on the punch, but in general, the fist takes about a year to condition. Okay? The palm takes about 5 years, and the finger takes about 10. All right? 1, 5, 10 is the general rule of thumb. And it's just a generality, okay? But 1, 5, 10 is how long it takes. Fist, palm, and fingers. The main thing I want you to emphasize or stress is how to train or condition the body properly. You have to look at Wing Chun or martial arts in general as something different from how an athlete leads their life. In other words, if you look at today's athlete, once they're in their 30s, 35, it's pretty much, everyone's saying it's all downhill. But in martial arts you look at it more on a lifetime kind of way. So in other words, if I train properly today, I can still do it when I'm 60, when I'm 70, 80, and 90, and so forth. But if you screw up and train the wrong way in martial arts, next thing you know, you're 40 and you got back problems, elbow problems, knee problems from whatever you're doing regarding martial arts. And to me, if you do it that route, you can go that route, but good Lord, I don't know why you would want to go that route. I mean, it's not uncommon for me to have students from other lines who join classes, and next thing you know, they want to take Wing Chun because they can't do kicks anymore because their knees have given out, or they have problems with their back and so forth. Okay. I want to be able to do martial arts for a long time because it's a lifetime thing, not just you can't look at it like from an athletic perspective. So with that being said, the main emphasis is how to condition your hand properly. First of all, if you do it this way, first of all, let's say we'll talk a little bit about the detail of the wall bag, but here's the general wall bag. I think this is filled with beams, okay? And a lot of times you see people, here's a wall bag, and you see people go, okay, really wailing on the wall bag. Now, can you condition the fist that way? You can. You can totally condition the fist that way. But at the same time, think of it. If you understand everything in martial arts, there's always a balance. You can condition the fist that way, but you can also damage your hand that way. Okay? You don't want to be some guy who punches it like this for the next 10 years, has a solid conditioned fist. Next thing you know, when you're 40, 50, and you're trying to do tanda, you got the shakes from it, from damaging your hand. Okay? You don't want, personally, I would say don't go that route. All right? I can achieve the same goal that I want to do by just tapping. Here's my fist, here's the wall bag, and I tap. I tap just the right amount, not too hard, not too soft, not to the point where I feel some tingling in my hand or some pain. I just tap enough, just a little, like this, right? And the key thing is not wailing on it, but being consistent about it. If you do this for simple 1 to 2 minutes a day, as far as conditioning the hands, then guess what? Even though I said it takes a year for you to actually fully develop the fist, within a month, 2 months, you'll actually feel the difference. So in other words, if you're practicing your punches, right, and someone's actually testing your punch out like this, if you're practicing your punches and someone's actually feeling your punch like this, after a month to 2 months, they'll actually be bam, bam. They'll actually feel it upon impact. Okay, so just going that route in general, as far as just consistent 1 to 2 minutes a day, the right tapping of the wall bag, you'll be able to develop a punch that can actually not only deliver the right motion, but also be conditioned, and you won't be damaged from it. Okay. Now, Let's talk about the wall bag in general. Not much to talk about the wall bag. You can buy your own. I think wall bags in general are 10 to 15 bucks. You can, over here, this is called an iron palm bag. And basically, they're filled with anything you want. This one is filled with rice, obviously uncooked. This one's filled with beans. Some people put sand, some people put rock. And the thing to remember is this one's a little underfilled. I should fill it. But you should have enough tension where it's like this, where you're touching it. If it's like this, it's too loose, and you won't be able to develop it as much. So this needs to have a little more filling in it, so it should be like this as far as the impact. You can even make your own wall bag if you don't want to spend the 10, 15 bucks. I've actually had it where you take a sock, right, a regular long sock, fill it with rice, make the sock, duct tape it around. You duct tape it around. And next thing you know, you wrap it up, it's about this size, and you have a portable wall bag. You stick it in the toilet. Every time you use the toilet, you can do wall bag training there, 1 to 2 minutes a day from there. All right? To put some variety into it too, like I said, you want to practice punch, palm, and fingers. You can do something as simple as this. This should be on a solid surface though, but I'm just showing so you can do this. You can go punch, palm, finger. See? Punch, palm, finger. Punch, palm, finger. Punch, palm, finger, and you can condition it there and have variety with it. But I would definitely stress when you're working, when you want to condition it, work on the punch first. Punch first and foremost. Spend the time on that. Now, also, let's say you do some wall bag training. Next thing you know, your hand feels a little sore. Well, one thing, you always listen to the body in Wing Chun. If it feels a little sore, then guess what? You're hitting it too hard. Okay. Now, if you have, you can buy this anywhere depending on who you want to. But there's also something called Jawa. I don't think I have any offhand that I can just pull out right now. Jawa is basically ointment to basically heal the hand. And what you do is rub it on it. Let me see if I can find some here. It's my old school Jawa. Look at this. This is the good stuff. Yeah, this has not been opened since 2002. And I only open it when I need to. But basically, you would put the jowl in, and then put a little in your hand, and if you feel a little sore, rub it all over. And remember, no cuts or anything on that when you put that in. As far as where to get the jowl is, I usually get it from my own teacher. There's some good jowls that are good. I'm not sure specifically which ones to recommend. I always just get it from my teacher. So I'm sure there's others you can find online that are just decent and they'll do the job right. But remember, if you're hitting it too hard, that's just an indication, or you feel some pain, indication that you're just hitting it way too hard. So just line it up, tap. Okay. Another thing that I also want to talk about is, a lot of times you work out. It doesn't have to be martial arts. Let's say you're jogging, any kind of exercise. Where next thing you know, you're actually you have a full ball of sweat on you. Okay. You got all that heat and energy. This is called actually chi packing. So let's say you spend an hour jogging, you're all hot and all that sweat's there. Take the time and actually condition the body too. You can take that same thing and just tap. Same concept that I'm tapping here. Spend about a minute to 2 minutes. Tap it back into the bone like this, all over the body. You can tap all over, just nicely like this. You don't have to rail on it. Basically, the concept here is you have the energy of the heat. Send the heat back into the bone. And if you ever seen martial artists who've done it right, when you clash bone to bone or whatever, any part of their body on there, they're rock solid. That's basically what you want to do. So it doesn't just have to be from a martial arts perspective. Any type of exercise you do where you generate some heat, some sweat, and don't waste it. Don't towel off and waste it. Just use it right there, 2 minutes a day. 2 minutes anytime you do that, and then just pack it back into your entire body. Okay? That's it for now. I think episode 7 will be on shifting. I'll have to double check, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how to condition the fist properly. All right.